Good evening, everyone. I'm Keith Brooks, and this is my brother,
Or mix some ham.
and we are your co-host of Path
After
to
Self
Self Mastery
Mastery podcast.
podcast.
Look at
Let's go.
that.
All right, so we're gonna get into a few things, and essentially, this is our pilot episode. So we'll just be breaking down who, what, when, where, and why we started in this podcast. And just our message, who we're trying to speak to, what is our motive, and what is our mission. So I just want to start off by giving my history, and my brother can tap in as well. Or unless you want to go first and you got something to add,
No, you got
feel
it.
me? We can just jump into it.
I'll just piggyback off of you.
Me. So um, we came together. First off, like I said, I'm Keith Brooks. This is my brother Maxim Harum. We are serial entrepreneurs.
Facts.
Um, we're brothers, we are fathers, you feel me, uncles, mentors, you feel me, and leaders within our community, you know. So it's a lot of things that we have within our heart, mind, and soul that we want to give back and teach to the universe, you feel me, and just impact people on a different level. It's a lot of content out, you feel me, but we know we have a message, you feel me, that we want to put out there. And the people that get it, you feel me, get it.
Facts.
Those that don't, won't, you feel me. But this is for those people, essentially, So we want to start to foster, you know, that frequency, that energy for our tribe, for the people out there that's like-minded, that thinks about some of the same things, that have some of the same struggles in life, and that have some of the same aspirations and goals, and want to accomplish things in a higher nature, when it comes to overall wealth, health, spirituality, abundance, and just everything that comes with, living a high vibrational lifestyle, essentially. And we not to say that, we gurus at this shit or anything like that, but we have, life has taught us a lot, you feel me, at a very young age. And we realize that we do have a certain wisdom, that certain young brothers don't have within our community. So we just want to make sure that we put a highlight on that. You feel me? We want to make sure that we give back to the community, you feel me, to people in a way that we wish would have been there for us at sometimes, just having
Blue
a blueprint, you feel me,
Like
exactly,
breadcrumbs.
exactly, yeah. And not even necessarily, a lot of times, not even for the money, not even for the finances, like a lot of times just with life, you feel me, with this life stuff, So most of the time, honestly, like that's 90% of the battle right there, you feel me, like life, like honestly, the business and everything, like that's the easy part, but if everything in your life is not going according, to frequency and to harmony and balance, then it's gonna be all messed up. You feel me? So we here to give you some tips and some tricks, some things that we've experienced within our life that has helped us. You feel me? Face different barriers and challenges within our life. And other loved ones and different people that we've may seen and been influenced by in our lives as well. So we just want to give that knowledge, and give back in a way that extends past us. Our thought will forever be out in the ethers, forever in time. So this is a way that we can continue to give back to generations and generations, you feel me, just by giving them some game, honestly. Giving them the game that we never had, you feel me, the game that we wish we would have gotten, as youngins, you feel me. And even some older individuals, we had insight, on other topics as well, in which we realize that our older generations might not have a certain perspective on, or might have an opposing perspective on, so we can just give a bit of insight and clarity, to different subjects, and this is more so, you know, we don't want to say that we speak it for, you know, certain generation or whatever, but we do represent our culture and our generation, though. You know, like we are a product of our environment. You feel me? We're a product of, you know, the culture that we were raised up in. You feel me? So also be patient with us. You feel me? Like don't you know, we quick to ball it on a kid. You feel me? Like we still learning. We still growing. You feel me? You know, of course we still figuring it out day by day. You feel me? Like, you know, so of course we're gonna make mistakes along the way. You know, but be patient with us. You feel me? And we just want to put, you know, greatness out into the world. Honestly, you know, into the universe, and continue to help, you know, put our people in a better position. You feel me? You know, build ourselves, build our character. You feel me? And help make a bigger impact on the community. You know, so Max, yeah, I want to go ahead and ask, you know, like, what does this mean to you? You feel me? And why is this important to you as well? You know, what's a yearning desire that you have for wanting to do this podcast and give back to the community, you know, via auditory information, you feel me? Via game, honestly.
Shit, you really touched on most of the things I would have touched on. Shoot, you know, like you were saying, we didn't really have this coming up. You know, like we got the back end of. I don't want to get too deep so fast, but we got the back end of like the crack, the gangster rapper. You know, so the type of breadcrumbs those guys was leading was leading us into the change. Shit, it was leading us nowhere. You know, like I kind of feel like we the break off generation to start turning away from that and going to more conscious stuff. And,
yeah.
You know, just as I'm growing up and having my kids and showing them how to grow up, it's like I can see where I feel as a person, or not even feel, but where I have negative
tendencies. Yeah.
You know, so it's like, and I equate that from growing up in the type of environments I did, seeing the type of stuff we seen, you know, so it's just like, not getting too deep onto that, but that's what have me like, we need to start having these conversations recorded, you know, because we talk about a lot of stuff that can help a lot of people, you know, and we visionary, so we procrastinated on this for so long, like we wanted to have it perfectly set up, but it's weird because we doing it at a time to where it's like it's low key the most horrible time to start trying to do this shit.
Yeah, but I think it's also the best time too. You feel me? Like it's the best and worst time to do it. You feel me? Like just like we talked about earlier. You feel me? Like they say the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago.
Facts.
You feel me? Next best time is today. You feel me? So I think everything is just, you know, coming in a different alignment. You know, and the universe forcing it, you feel me? Not only like, because we've been forcing it, you know, but now like it's a different energy behind it, you know? So I could definitely see the longevity, you feel me, in it, you know? Because like think about most of the podcasts, you feel me? Like most of them, you know, end up dying out, you feel me, you know? Or just, you know, decline or plateauing in some way, you feel me? Like, and I don't want that to be us, you feel me, in any sense. Like, I want to constantly be elevating, constantly be growing, you feel me, and getting better. And I think this is just, you know, a step towards that, you know. So, yeah. So, also, you feel me, we also want to get into why we named it Path to Self-Mastery as well. You feel me? So I know that's a name that also kind of stood out to you, you know, in particular as well. You know, that was something that we stayed up for hours, you know, trying to come up with.
Thanks.
You know, but
Hella names.
yeah. But once we came up with it, we like, yeah, that's it right there.
Thanks.
That's it right there. That's that juice. You feel me? So, what does path to self mastery, you feel me, mean to you? You know, when you hear those words, how does it ignite you, you know, in any way?
We had to take that back to as we got on this journey together. Shit, like we came up with classes to go. We came up with so many strategic plans, and it's just like looking back. The biggest thing that held me back was not having the certifications to start speaking on things that I felt about. You know, it's like somebody trying to speak for a therapist. It's like, but they're not a therapist. You know,
Right.
Okay, you can try to help people, but you haven't went through that life experience, that type of training to speak on stuff. You know, but as we've been growing, I realized the one thing we have mastered is ourselves. You know, it may not be to the highest degree that we want to, but to get to this point, to be set up the way we set up, I feel like that's what's been the biggest challenge for us, or the biggest growing point.
Right.
Is just bettering ourselves, because once the money come, if we don't have ourselves rooted where we come from, people or generations that's not rooted at all, like like we have to plant our own roots somewhere for us to fall back to, rather than a fucked up past, you know.
Right.
I think that's what these past 2 years has been, and you know, like I said, we have to master ourselves. So that's I'm like that was a perfect name for it.
Yeah.
Because we can speak on that.
Oh, me.
We can speak on the shit
me.
we've been through. But you know, trying to speak on all that political stuff, I'm like, we got to be careful about that, man. Like,
Right. Yeah, because they get sticky real quick. You feel me? But we could talk to you all day long, you feel me, about self-mastery, you know, like, and like you say, you know, it might not be at the highest level, you feel me, like, Navy SEAL type monk level with it, like, but even in certain aspects, you feel me, like, you know, you feel me, we have that commitment, you know, level in us, you feel me, so it's not to say that that's not achievable, you feel me, you know, in any reality, you know, it's just whatever we set our mind to, you feel me, and our execution to, more importantly. Exactly. And that's what I've been realizing, you know, is really the pivotal aspect of life, you feel me, as far as like the execution of life skills, you feel me, life events, you know, things that happen. Whenever you have a goal, you feel me, a task, you feel me, anything that you're trying to do, when you're on your path to self-mastery, the biggest thing that makes the difference, you feel me, is the execution. And most people, you feel me, don't even take the first step, you feel me, and continue to take the next step to set them up for a path to success, you feel me, you know, and a lot of times, you know, that's where you can start to fall off, you feel me, and lose yourself, you feel me, on whatever path you may be on. But like you say, as long as you rooted in something, you feel me, that's a lot deeper and stronger, then it's always going to be something that drive you, you feel me, to keep getting better, to keep mastering, you know, yourself, you feel me. Like, it's so much in the world out here that we can do, you feel me, like, we're so strong, we're so powerful, you feel me, like, we so magnificent, you feel me, like, whatever we set our mind to is clear. So the hard part is really figuring out, what do I put all this juice towards, you feel me, to get the most juice for my squeeze, essentially. You feel me, like, what do I put all my energy into, you know? You're not trying to squeeze a dry ass lemon, honestly, you feel me, because you're not getting nothing out of it, you know. And I think that's just the approach, you feel me, in which, you know, we kind of been taking towards life, you know. It's just focusing more so on the execution aspect of things. You feel me? Because as long as we execute, and stay disciplined and make sure to apply those fundamentals to life, you feel me? The universe has to reward you. You feel me? Eventually, it's just within the karmic balance of things. And I think just been getting in tune, you feel me, with ourselves, you feel me, with nature, with the world, like it just helps see things a little bit differently. You feel me?
Like I look at it as in, like I always say, we got the back end set up, so now we just need to worry about the front end. Like like these past 2 years having the back end, because so many people who come into success, they have the front end set up. They make sure they're marketable. They get the story that they want to share. They figure out how to create that in a artistic form to where it touches other people. Then they have the team behind them to push that out. But once you start pulling layers back to who they really are, that's when it all starts crumbling, because they didn't work on that. They didn't work on mending relationships with family members to make sure when all this success comes, you have that locked in, so that can't be a liability. They didn't make sure they spent time with those people, or tried, or at least tried to have those conversations. They was so focused on getting to that success, they didn't worry about the back end.
Yeah.
But I feel like you should answer the question as well. What caught your attention about Path to Self Mastery? The name.
Is that it's essentially a never-ending race. You feel me? Like, I'm realizing it's a marathon, not a sprint. You feel me? And with anything you want to accomplish in life, like, the reason it resonated with me is because no matter what you want to apply it to, it comes down to self-mastery. You feel me? Like, no matter what you do in life, it's going to always come back to self-mastery. You feel me? Like, no matter what profession, you feel me? No matter what your passion may be, no matter what your talent may be, whatever quirks and flaws or perfect imperfections you may have, you feel me? It's always going to come back to that discipline and that self-mastery. And the path to self-mastery stood out, you feel me, because we came up with it at a time, you feel me, which we were going through a lot, you feel me, in our lives. And this was a time, like we said, when we was really focused on the execution of things. How do we make this feasible? You feel me? How do we make our goals an actual reality? You feel me? And make sure that even once we do have the success, that we don't fall off or lose ourselves on a path, you feel me? Because the true goal, you feel me, like the true end point, you feel me, essentially, like, after you got millions and billions, you feel me, after you got everything else, you want to have that love, you feel me, you want to have that peace within, you feel me, like, you want to have that sanity in mind, you feel me, like, you want to be on your deathbed and pass away knowing you gave it all you got, you feel me. I think that's essentially, what everybody want in their own way, you feel me. And I realize with anything we do in life, it always comes back to your path to self-mastery, you feel me. And it's so vital in which the time that we're living in, because we see it as something that's probably normal, you feel me, for us growing up. But a lot of people didn't have that type of structure or mindset, within their environments, during their adolescent years growing up. You feel me? As a child, a lot of people don't have that structure within their homes. A lot of people not being taught and imputed these different principles, you feel me, and what would be called morals and intuitions and different things like that. So a lot of these things we have to go back and relearn, you feel me, unlearn and relearn in a sense, you feel me, to see what really aligns with us, because a lot of the things that we have learned over the years might work for somebody, you feel me, but is it really in alignment for who you are, you feel me, and who you wish to be, within this reality. So I think that that was really the thing that stood out to me. You feel me? Is like the discipline and the due diligence within the name, and within the name itself, it highlights anything that you wanna chase or aspire to in life. The path to self mastery. You know, think about it. Any notable person, you feel me, in history, what was it essentially? You feel me? All those accomplishments. You feel me? What did it lead up to? It led up to their path to self mastery, bro. Like, cause what you really doing it for? You're gonna die anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not doing it for you. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing it for me. Like, even though we help motivate each other, we both on the path to self mastery. You get what I'm saying? Like, we both on a path to push ourselves to be greater, you feel me, than we know we could ever be before. And that's what separates, you feel me, average individuals from the greats, you feel me? And that's not to say that we greats right now, you feel me? That's just to say that we recognize those certain characteristics, you feel me, and we work and train those characteristics within ourselves, you feel me, so that we can, you know, work to aspire to be one of those notable people, you feel me, in our story. You feel me? Not his story.
Average shit.
For real.
Like,
for real.
Like, I refuse to lead this plane of existence as an average ass motherfucker. Like, I'm just not doing it. I'm making some type of impact.
We had to, bro.
Like,
we had to. And I feel like
I want that shit to last a
Man.
while. Like, not when I die, that shit die. Like,
it dissipate. Yeah, no, it gotta go like for generations. You feel me? Like, I'm trying to have generational impact, bro. You
and
feel
I
me?
think
Like,
that's what's
granddaddy, you
like,
feel me? Like, man, granddaddy the keys, you feel me? He set us up. I'm telling you, like, man, like, I want my kids to be trust fund babies or whatever. Like, you feel me? We don't even have that in our culture, you feel me? We don't even know what that feel like. We don't even know what that look like, you feel me? For our kids to grow up and not have to struggle, you feel me? Like, and of course they gonna struggle with something in life, you feel me? But they shouldn't have to struggle for the necessities, for the basic living, you feel me? For the basic living commodities, like those things, you feel me? We shouldn't have to struggle for.
What type of like adventure they want to go on next?
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Fuck all of that.
How do they want to make an impact on their life? You feel me? Like, that's the things that they should be juggling with. Not, you feel me, is they going to eat today? You feel me? Like, is the water and the heat and all of this stuff going to be cut on? Like, and these, or is we going to be able to sleep here? You feel me? Like, is we going to get kicked out? Like, these are real problems, you feel me, that our kids and our parents, you feel me, and the people within our community are facing, you know? Like, so that's why it stands out to me, you feel me, and it hit me a little harder, you know, with the mission, you feel me, and what we setting out to do with Path to Self Mastery, you know.
And I think that ties into like the intent behind all of this. Like, I see if we was like, oh, let's just come up with one business and just push that business so we make a whole bunch of money. And then we'll figure out what we gonna do there. Like, we got like 3 or 4 businesses set up just for this one adventure, bro. Like, so it's like we building more of an empire rather than one business.
Than a fort. More, yeah, an empire rather than a kingdom, rather than a fort. Like,
you know, it's like, so it's gonna take a lot more energy, a lot more strategic planning. And then we at a time to where everything is moving way faster than it needs to be or supposed to.
Can you lift the mic up a little bit?
Yeah. But, you know, everything moving way faster than it's supposed to be moving. You know, it's just keeping up with all of that and then trying to get all 4 of them vibrating at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it take different type of individuals to do that. You know, and for us to go ahead and start shooting this, to me, is a sign that we've become those individuals in these past couple months.
Yeah.
You know, so it's only success around the corner.
Yeah.
Like, you heard the conversation before, just like,
yeah,
you see these motherfuckers got our shit out, like, they're rocking it, you know, like, so at this point, it's just making sure we get everything out there and You know, I think this is gonna be fun because we don't focus on ourselves. Like coming
Yeah.
into this,
Yeah.
okay, let me not say it like that. We don't take the time to appreciate ourselves
Yes. Yes. Yep.
because, like, coming into this, I'm like, man, like, what type of stories am I finna tell about myself, bro? But that's just because I'm trying to make sure it's cool for the camera. But when it's just you and I, man, we get to tell it.
Yeah.
And I'm like what it really is I've been pushing so hard this past year and 2 years and some change to where I really haven't sat back and reminisced on like
Yeah.
you know where motherfuckers then came from. You know, like I was just at my uncle's funeral and that's what made me, you know, kind of break down rather than his passing. You know, like to me that's a part of life, but realizing like I had the opportunity to spend more time, but I was too busy chasing at the money or chasing at the whatever, you know, I didn't, you know, it's just like, no, like, I'm not letting that happen with my future generations.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have to say nothing to one of the elders in our family to, you know, because you know how motherfuckers come around and be like, man, we gonna spend more time together.
Yeah.
You know, this and
Yeah.
that, this and that. Like, I didn't do that. I didn't have to do that. And she ended up texting me like, we need to spend more time together. We need to start setting it up.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, it was crazy. Because I really wanted to be that nigga. I promise you, but I'm like, I know if anything happened wrong over here, I'm like, fuck everything. I gotta fix this.
I gotta fix it. Yeah.
And they'll perceive that as like he's just a bitch. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna chill back and I'm gonna just show it through my actions.
Yeah.
You know, I got everybody numbers, so and you know, it's just but we building something different, bro.
Yeah, and I agree, bro. You feel me? Cause like I recognize how young we are. You feel me? Like and it blows my mind. You feel me? Like not to like put a chip on my shoulder, you feel me, or anything, you know, but like we're a different breed. You feel me? Like I look at what a lot of our community, you feel me, and just people as a whole, you feel me, put most of their time and energy and attention towards. And a lot of it, you know, is overall detrimental. You feel me? Overall, you know, and everything is a overindulgement. You get what I'm saying? Like everybody gotta overdo shit. You know, like when they eat, they gotta overeat. You feel me? When they get on the phone or whatever, you gotta be on it for 4 to 6 hours. You feel me? At a time, like. I think the real key, you feel me, to life, because we not going to be able to get away from it. We not going to be able to escape it. The real key is finding that balance, you feel me, just in life overall, you know, and a good balance for you. And I think that is, you know, the overall objective, you feel me, with Path to Self-Mastery, you know, like determining, you feel me, what is, you know, harmony for you. You feel me? Like, some people may thrive in a chaotic, you feel me, or what may be perceived in a chaotic fashion. You know, others may thrive in a more minimalistic fashion, you know, but different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying? You know, if it worked for you, you feel me, you know, and you get a success from it, you know, and
shit, good for you. Shit.
You know, you feel me? Like you get love and passion and gratitude from it. You know, and it's sustainable, you know, then do you. And I think that's really what we trying to get at, you feel me, with Path to Self-Mastery, essentially.